Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. This is the Wrestling Republic Daily Podcast. I am your host today, Shad. Shad Talks Graps on Instagram, OcDMV703 on X. If you're not following me, well, you don't believe in true love, then like Dominic Mysterio. But that's neither here or there. We are back today. Same crew, same panel. It's been a couple weeks. You know, my guys have kind of been busy, but it's okay. I'm still here. But we got the same posse out here reviewing Monday Night Raw, a go home show. We got Money in the Bank this upcoming weekend. Super exciting stuff going on in WWE. And I can't talk this without my mans, coming fresh back from a little break. Jordy, how you doing, boss?
Get the twos up, brother. I'm good. I am great. It is good to be back on a Tuesday. I did a little bit of a Saturday shift, and I enjoyed that as well. Yeah, reviewing SmackDown, especially being this close to Money in the Bank. Things are going off. SmackDown, Raw last night. Listen, it wasn't as maybe good as previous weeks, but things that needed to be done got done, and sometimes we have to have them episodes. We've spoke about it before, and I think last night was one of them. But there was definitely some very, very good moments, which we are going to talk about, man. And yeah, it's good to be back.
For sure. And we're gonna start off the show with me and Jordy. Bro, Chaos is having a little bit of technical difficulties. That is fine. That's not an issue. He's gonna be here shortly, and we'll be able to break down this episode with him and give him the introduction that he deserves. But we're gonna start off with the first topic, and we start off the show with Mr. Money. What is it? Money in the Yeet Bank? I don't know how.
I don't even
money
know.
Yeet.
I
Money
think they're
Yeet
going to
in the
market
bank.
it. I think they're going to market it as a Yeet case eventually if he does win it. But at this point, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just money in the Yeet, isn't it? It's over this bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know what? Timing is perfect right now because speaking of Yeet, we got one big Jey Uso fan in the building. Let's give him his introduction to Chaos. How you doing, bro?
Cross, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Oh no. Yeah, no. He's gone again.
It's going in and out. Oh man. You're good now. You're good now.
Oh no, he's gone again.
It's the technical difficulties. This is back to quiet again, bro. I could do voiceovers if you want me to do. What's going on? My name is Chaos, and yeah, no, it's going in and out again, bro. Yeah, Chaos is gonna get this situated. It's all good. But he is here as well, so the whole crew is in the building today. And like I said, we start off the episode with Jey Uso coming out of the stand, like out of the entrance way with the fans. With the fans, he is the guy who everyone loves on Monday Night Raw, a fan favorite. All these people saying that he's not over and stuff like that. Y'all are misguided on that. But cuts a promo, man, and it's Money in the Bank season, and he gets interrupted by Chad Gable, and both of these guys will be participants in this week's Money in the Bank. Got a little nice banter in between them, and then we get the lights, the piano riff. We get the Wyatt Sicks. We got Chad Gable fearing for his life. I don't blame him. I mean, we thought they murdered the man a couple weeks ago, and they're blocking the way out. He gets out of his way, and we got Nikki Cross coming back, delivering another VHS to Michael Cole. We did watch the video as well. Another beautiful, beautiful vignette between Mr. Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy interacting, this spiel that they're having. So a lot going on. And yeah, I'm excited. I mean, you and I talked about it before the show. This Money in the Bank is one of those Money in the Banks where we kind of don't know the direction, right? We don't know who may or may not win, but it's the variables that each wrestler has a person that may cost them the briefcase, which is, interesting because it does give you the art of, oh, I don't know who may win or who may not win, but it also could ruin the match. But that's neither here or there. I want to ask you this, Jordy, with the Wyatt Six. What do you think their target is going to be? Do you think their initial target? Because I feel like it's running a lot of bases on leaving your family, and that's the beauty of it. I think that's one of the best things about the entire um, story with Bo and everything tied with Bray. But you kind of got two guys who opened this segment up who technically left their family with Chad Gable and Jay Uso. Who do you think they're gonna attack or cost or whatever?
I agree. It's a very difficult one because of that. When you mention families and what's just gone on with Gable, obviously leaving the Alpha Academy, which he self-proclaimed said that they're his family. But I thought the same as you. That could well mean Jey Uso as well. Now it is different. Maybe Jey Uso left for fair reasons, but I mean, these Wyatt Six, they don't kind of seem like they go by logic. So it seems very much family's family. If you walk away from family, then they might be coming for you, unfortunately. So Jay has obviously the tie with the Fireflies, which he said last night, like he don't want him anymore. Like he can Uncle Howdy can have him back. Um, so there's ties there. I'm kind of now thinking that if there's a potential, because obviously we're looking at two people that are potential targets for the Wyatt Six, but we are looking at probably, in my opinion, the two favourites to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, because I can't see it being Drew. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. I don't know. LA Knight, I think Logan's going to cost him it. And the rest, I just can't really see it. But with Chad and with Jay, I can see it. And I've just thought what might be interesting if they were to let whoever win the Money in the Bank briefcase, but every time they try and cash it in, the lights go down and the Wyatts turn up and stop them cashing it in. And that might be an interesting route to go now, rather than having them run down and cause an interruption during the actual Money in the Bank match. Just because, like you said, and like we spoke about before, there's so many potential people that could. I think literally everyone in the match, bar Carmelo, unless maybe Bobby Lashley is gonna rock up, but everyone has somebody that could potentially come in and run in and spoil this for him, because they're kind of feuding with them, and it's almost like the Money in the Bank's a little side mission for a lot of people. Not that obviously the stakes are high because you can win the title, but it's not like you quite often see that this is the main focal point of someone they qualify, and this is all they're talking about. And aside from Jay, I think everyone else has realistically got something else going on somewhere. Um, but yeah, I'd be interested to see if they went for Jay, because I think Jay is at the top of his game as a babyface. So if you want these guys to really kind of be feared and almost disliked, then send them after Jay. And it'll be interesting to see how the crowd react to that. It really will, you know.
Nah, for sure. And let's get Chaos back in here. Testing, testing. Can you do that for us real quick, Chaos?
Oh no.
No, you joking.
No,
Oh,
you're. It
oh
comes.
no.
It's
It comes
coming in and
it,
out.
it's like your sensitivity on your mic's turned up. It's like it's not picking you up unless you get dead close and quite loud. I don't know, it's mad. See, right now I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, it ain't coming on, bro.
Oh, this is so.
It's like coming in and out. So like
All I
you'll
heard
have a
was
war.
this is Soul's fault. That's all I heard.
This is
It is hilarious. I don't know why it's Soul's fault.
Yeah,
Apparently,
no, but um, to your point, Jordy, I'm intrigued by it too, and as we gonna get this working for Chaos. I gotta say, man, I have a lot of intrigue in this storyline, and a lot of it does have to tie with Jey Uso because I think Gable touched on that point, and obviously Jey Uso has been, very vocal with like coming out with the Fireflies at shows before and house shows and whatnot. So I feel like there is some correlation that we are gonna get with that. Like I don't think that's something that's gonna be, not spoken about or tied to, and I think it's gonna be a swerve. I think the story at the end of the day for Gable ties back to everything Otis related. I think Jey Uso could win, but to what you said, maybe the Wyatts kind of buzz in and turn the lights off or not let him get to the moment of cashing in. I think that would be interesting and a different side of the story compared to what we had with Gable. The other thing is this: what I watched last night and just seeing Jey Uso enter the ring every single week. Um, like I don't care to see him in the Bloodline storyline for a little while. I think he's really established himself as Jey Uso, as a single star, as a single superstar. Like he's really living to the main event moniker that he puts on his name. And like I don't really care to see him in the tag team or fighting with Roman for a little bit against the new bloodline. Like I'm cool with them kind of running course and doing what they need to do when we get there But like I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone with main event Jey Uso tied to everything. I mean, what do you think on that? Like do you think that like cuz I think a lot of people's mindset is like can Jay hold the fort down being a single star?
I think, yeah, 100%. I think he's proved that he can. I think, yeah, give him the briefcase. I agree. I don't really necessarily want to see him running lines with a bloodline again for a while. I want to see it in the end. I'm human. I think it would be amazing to see the original bloodline unite again eventually. Now is not the time for that, man. Jay's on top. This is what he's been wanting. I think this is what a kayfabe away. This is what probably Roman will have been wanting for him. This is what Jimmy will have been wanting for him. This is what Jay wanted to establish himself as a singles competitor, and right now he's done that. And if they kill that buzz with just chucking him back into the bloodline, I mean, I say that bloodline is hot right now. It's huge. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It would be great, but for me, the time to do that was have him run down last week and try and save Paul. That was the time. If it was like because he was backstage and he
Mhm.
did a dark match literally after it happened, apparently. So like he was there. He just obviously didn't want to save Paul. But I have a lot of faith in Jey, so I really do. And I was just looking, so I was thinking, is it Jey, is it Gable that the Wyatts are going for? But I was just having a quick look. So Bo Dallas said that false prophets are belittling their own family for their own gain. I don't think Jay's done that. I think that is Gable.
It's true.
Unless it's someone,
Yeah.
left field, unless it's someone that like we're not
Yeah.
talking about. But I think from that maybe the Wyatts will cost Gable the briefcase, and Jay will have a run with
Mhm.
it for a little bit, and eventually it may be the bloodline that cost him his cash in or something. I don't know. Um,
For sure. Let's get a couple comments in. We got Kafeske. I don't know how to pronounce your name, homie. Yeet in the bank. My man Jay is winning it. He believes in Jay Uso like some believe in Joe Hendry. And then my boy Cyan was going on, bro, throwing them deuces up. Salute to you. Salute to you. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Chaos is back
come
with
on.
us. What's going on, bro?
Ah,
It's not working, dog.
I think
It
it's
ain't
this. No,
working,
no, 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 no,
boss.
no, no.
I thought I heard you just
I
now.
I heard you for a quick second. Then that's what it does. It teases me. I hear you go no 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 no, no, and then that's it, and then you're gone again. And then like, I look down and look at your lips, and I can't hear out coming out of them.
Nah, bro. It's the same thing as last time. Yeah,
Hello?
it ain't okay.
I
Yeah,
heard
say
you
another
then.
word.
Talk, brother. Talk. No, he's gone.
It,
Ah.
it like you get one word and then it just goes like completely off, man. Um, but it's all good.
That's what it
We
is.
yeah. I heard you just then.
Yeah, it is what it is. I heard that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get to the next topic though. We did have a women's championship match. Zelina Vega, the competitor, going against our favorite champion on WWE, Miss Liv Morgan. And this has been a reoccurring rivalry between these two, which I've enjoyed. I like that we are kind of getting a rivalry. Live backstage, hanging out at the Judgment Day resort, playing video games. Carlito playing as Damian Priest, hilarious. Carlito is
Carlito's
so
play, yeah, he's playing a great part in this Judgment Day situation. I'm
yeah,
enjoying him so much more than I was with the LWO.
yeah. He's definitely like fit in like
Hear
a
me now?
glove. And yes, I can hear you now. So, um, yeah. So I mean, everything tied to it. It's been great. I thought they had a great match. I think Liv and Zelina tore the house down. And you know, as much as I do love Liv Morgan's character work and everything tied to the storyline, I think it is important for her to have, some sort of matches to title defenses that you know make her seem more the notoriety as a champion and more established to it. And I think this is kind of the base of it. You get an opponent, someone like Zelina, who's been in championship matches, done a lot of stuff in the WWE, former Queen of the Ring, actually the first Queen of the Ring. And getting that win. Obviously, this joint was a little, lot of distractions and stuff, but I wasn't mad at it. Uh, Chaos, I gotta ask you, bro. What are your thoughts on what I believe is this is not Liv's first title defense, is it? Nah, I don't think it is. But everything tied to that, it's,
Oh.
it ain't working. Nah, bro, nah, I can't hear you, bro.
Mm-mm.
Laptop in the river.
I heard laptop
Serious.
in the river.
Yeah, I did hear laptop in the river. Um, but I mean, it, in regards to the match, I'm gonna pass it to you, Jordy, on this one. We might once he gets his fix, we might do some
Yeah.
tradesies on the topics. Thoughts on the match?
Definitely.
I know you are a big Zelina Vega fan too, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, man. Yeah. So I was gonna get aggy now. I was gonna start ranting, but I won't rant too much. But like, I am a huge Zelina fan, and I don't understand why people aren't. Like, I was seeing on like X and Instagram last night, like people shocked that Zelina was cooking. Like, what do you mean? Why are you shocked? Of course, Zelina's cooking. Zelina cooks whenever Zelina's given an opportunity to cook. Like, I've literally never seen her in a situation and gone, "Oh, she could have done better there." Obviously, she's booked to lose. She's booked to lose. That is what it is. But anytime she's been given a platform, and it's funny as well because when you look back, you remember that little kind of spat with Nick Aldis, where Nick Aldis had made a comment on like the bump saying that she needs to work for her opportunity, and then she'd kind of responded on Instagram or X, kind of saying like, "What do you mean? Like, I've been in that much." And then obviously the draft happened, and she's on Raw, and she's back in the title picture. So Adam Pearce sees what I see as well. That being said, I think this probably should have been the main event. With it being a women's title match, I thought, again, I mentioned to you before, Shad, there was potential that maybe Punk was going to turn up and cost Drew the match. And that was the only reason why it would have made sense for me to have the triple threat as the main event instead of the women's title match, because also as well what you're saying, Shad, like, we want to establish Liv as a champion. These two have the potential to put on a main event performance. 100% they do. Like, they're more than capable of it. And the match that they produced was probably a main event caliber if you'd just given them a bit more time. But they were kind of thrown in the middle of the card. So I just thought that was a bit weird. But that doesn't do anything in terms of helping Liv and her stature as a champion. But that's by the by. It could have even been a potential Money in the Bank match. So it seems strange for me to kind of just chuck it mid card on Raw, but the match was great. I'd like to see him run it back with a stipulation on a PLE personally. If they can keep this feud building till SummerSlam, I don't want to see a mixed tag match unless it's on Raw or something like that. But something in my head seems that that might be the way that we're heading. But we'll see. We'll wait and see about that.
It to me, it's a bit tricky because it's one of those situations where like I feel like Zelina Vega is so good as a heel prior to obviously becoming a babyface with the whole LWO. But like when she was doing the Queen gimmick, when she was the manager of Andrade, she's just so like she's got such a good heel tactics on the mic where after she got her moment, I think they kind of leaned heavy on the baby face portion, and then she is over with the fans. The fans do
I
like her,
agree. I think
but
that's why this thing with Liv has worked as well, man, because she can say things to Liv what a heel would say because Liv's being that everyone doesn't like Liv that much because they love Rhea and because of what Liv's doing.
exactly,
That
yeah,
Zelina can be, essentially, for want of a better word, be mean. She can be mean to Liv and the people will like it, and she's quite good at being mean on the mic to people. I think she's just got that attitude, and she showed it when she was the queen. Like I say, anytime she gets an opportunity, I think she takes it, man. So
yeah, not for sure. And I agree with your one point by the way in regards to like what we doing with this card placement with this match. This is a women's championship match that trumps any other match on. I don't care how heavy that Money in the Bank qualified match is on both ends, right? Like that's your one of your world champions
do
defending
you
the
think? Do
title.
you think they would have done it if it was Rhea Ripley? Like they did it when it was like they put her against Maxine Dupree
Yes,
in a squash.
I do.
But like,
I unfortunately do think that they don't see Liv in the same breath as a champion as Rhea,
mm,
right? Like if
mm,
it was Rhea, Rhea would have been wrestling at the main event
I
docket. If it
think
was
so.
Becky Lynch would have. Becky did main event at the main event docket. Even when Liv wrestled Becky the second time after the pay per view, that was on the main event. I think it's tied to a little bit of maybe not Liv, maybe it could be Zelina, but like, I mean, numbers don't lie, bro. Like Liv Morgan is very popular as a superstar. Like you got to kind of give her respect because she's definitely some when she's on your TV, people are tuning in. People, whether it's them trying to get memes or them being, infatuated with the storyline, including you, sir. That's what I was actually gunning at. But yeah, man. I mean, but hey, like you said, it was a great match. What else is also great? Our good sponsors, man, and our sponsors right here with NX Connect Next Level, man. We are blessed to be working with these brothers because they are the one-stop shop to get you all things tied within Wrestling Republic. We got our website underneath. You get the Wrestling Republic website. You get the Instagram. You get the X. You get the YouTube. You get the TikTok. We are on all grounds, and it is a great one-stop shop for anybody to follow us, check everything out. Um, they also like to do fun stuff for the fans. They flew people out to Mania. They're giving out free money for the WWE shop. They also gave someone a free WWE 2K24. And I'm really happy that we are working with these guys. Great dudes over there. They got more contests coming out. And like I said, man, it's such an easy way to follow everything Wrestling Republic. Like, anytime someone asks me, hey, what you doing? You do podcasts? I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, can you link me to it? I send them this link. They can see everything. If you want to support, you can follow everything right off of there. So definitely rock with them. And yeah, man, we got some more stuff coming in the way with them in regards to content. So definitely follow them on all social media platforms as well. All right, let's try this again. Chaos.
Uh,
This might be me having to jazz you out the podcast today, brother.
Yeah, fuck it. I just can't.
Oh, you're good now. Hold up, but
It's always that last second just as we're about to call it. I hear.
now you're muted. All right, yeah, we gonna have to jazz you out here, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man. Technical difficulties happen. That is podcasting for you. It is going to be a two-man show for the rest of the episode, and we got more Monday Night Raw to talk about. We had ourselves another promo exchange, and we're talking about world championships. We got to talk about the title that is on Mr. Former Senor Money in the Bank, but Damian Priest. Um, Interaction, like I said earlier, right? Backstage in the Judgment Day hangout spot. Finn Balor wasn't really happy about Damian Priest saying that the Judgment Day needs me. There's a little, friction between these two gentlemen, and we go to the, we get Seth Rollins out there, cutting a promo, talking about he needs that World Heavyweight Championship back on his waist, and we get Finn Balor, and we get Priest, and we get a very awkward moment for the two guys on the Judgment Day, because it seems like Damian Priest wants to stand on 10 toes and be the champion and handle stuff his way, and Finn is like, that's not how it used to be. It used to be the Judgment Day. We wreck shop all around, and he's saying Priest is changed since he's got gold on his waist. Things have changed since Rhea Ripley has left. I mean, it has me intrigued, Jordy, because man, Finn versus Damian Priest has to be a feud at some point this year. Like it's like, and Ben said it so good on the Allison analysis today. Um, I am going to miss the Judgment Day when this eventually breaks up. I am not gonna lie to you. I think the criticism online from fans and a lot of people on social media has been so unfair, because I feel like they have been a faction that has arguably, since a lot of the judgment, not Judgment Day, a lot of the Bloodline stuff broke up, have been like the core of WWE programming on a weekly basis, especially when you talk about Monday Night Raw. I mean, thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I like the Judgment Day too. I completely agree. I think that there was a point, yes, but I think it's down to booking. But there was that stage where it was like KO and Sammy against the Judgment Day was happening every Monday, and but that's not their fault. And I again had criticisms about Damien's cash in, well, not cash in itself, but the actual run with the briefcase, and I said at the time that it was harming them rather than actually helping them. It, I've got to eat humble pie. He's the champion now, so like that, I didn't think he was going to cash in or win, so that shut me up. I will 100% miss them. I think they've been a solid faction throughout one of the highest earning and throughout one of the periods in WWE where it's had the most eyes on it. Rhea Ripley's been an important part of that. Dominic's been an important part. Finn, Damien, all of them. JD even. I mean, that little bit that they did with R-Truth. I mean, it kept things going for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I completely agree. I'll miss them. I think it was interesting. I think Damien's obviously going to be put over as the face in this situation, isn't he? Because he helped Finn back up at the end last night. So
Yeah.
if now Finn turns on him, it does look like Finn's the one that's out from an audience perspective. I think it looks like Finn's out of order for what he's doing, rather than people maybe agreeing with what he was saying, that Damien might have changed since he's won the title. I think he's changed since he won the title, but I think it's for the better. I think, again, from a character perspective, he wants to handle his own business. He doesn't want to be seen as a guy that, almost like Roman was for a little bit, when everyone was like, you can't even win a match on your own. You need Solo, you need the Usos. He doesn't want to be seen as that, and I respect that. He wants to beat Seth on his own. He wanted to beat Seth. He wanted to cash in on Seth. He said that himself. So it all makes sense building to this babyface situation, and the fact that he's the only one that realistically is standing by Rhea Ripley, and when she comes back, she is gonna be a huge babyface. So if he's there to be by her side, then so be it.
And man, and I agree 100% with all of that. And a lot of it also ties in with this, man. Like to my point, and I'm gonna just say this real quick because what I said earlier. I know a lot of people are worried about a lot of the booking that goes with all these wrestlers and within Judgment Day. And I know a big debate to people is like, well, what has it done for Finn Balor? I think the Judgment Day has elevated every single person in a positive manner since the creation of it. After post Edge, I think Damian Priest has established himself as a main event star. I think Rhea Ripley is elevated to a level that's way higher than when she was, like to that elite tier superstar. Dominic Mysterio has become a elite tier heel in the WWE, whether you like it or not. Finn Balor has stayed within a top of the card, breath. I know he's not, and this is the thing. I know he's not doing what he did in NXT when he came up, or what he did prior to WWE. But like the guy's also a veteran, and a lot of being a veteran is helping build up the younger talent, and he's done that. And he stayed true to who he is. He's still an elite talent in the WWE. JD McDonough, same thing, man. Like a lot of these people, getting onto the main roster like JD. Now he's a tag team champion. I feel like it's done a lot of great stuff. And to what Ben said earlier, man, we're gonna miss it. Like after it's done, you're gonna be like, man, I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have appreciated. So, um, it
I agree, mate. I agree. Just quickly on that, and that's exactly what I think is great about what the Judgment Day have done. Everything you said, Rhea in a better place. Everyone's in a better place. And the moment that Edge stepped out of the Judgment Day, there was only one person that was going to assume that role and kind of guide these younger, greener superstars into a better place, and he's done that with every single one of them. And I think that was his goal. And I actually think what we're going to see post Judgment Day is that's when we're going to see how the Judgment Day benefited Finn Balor, whether he actually goes off and creates his own faction purely from scratch and he's the head of it, or whatever. I think whatever Finn does after the Judgment Day, that's when we're going to really see, because I think we see him in a completely different light now than what we did. Like you say, I think he is more of that veteran, and to bring one of your students up into the faction that you're in and end up winning the tag team belts with them, I'm sure that Finn Balor would disagree with anybody that said to him, "You've done nothing with the Judgment Day," considering that's just one of the things that he's done. And that means more to him and JD than it does to any of us. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, he's played his role and he knew what his role was, particularly when Edge left the Judgment Day. He'll have known that, right, okay, my role now is to help these guys. And because of how great a position they're all in, it just shows how good of a job he's done, in my opinion.
nah, and yep, that is exactly what it is. And man, kudos to him. Speaking of Judgment Day, we had a Judgment Day match, and we had a rematch of a Mania match, the infamous father versus son, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Solid bout. I think they have pretty good chemistry, obviously being father and son. And like I said, man, as much as people want to criticize the guy, I think Dominic Mysterio has took heed of criticism, whether it be character, whether it be in ring too, and he's improved a lot throughout these years, and he's found a good footing. And I know that's got to make storyline aside, like outside of kayfabe, that's got to make Ray proud. That's definitely got to make Ray proud to see that his son. And it's like it's the same thing, man. Like I'm a guy who's big into sports, and we just saw LeBron James and his son get drafted, and they're gonna be eventually playing with each other in the NBA. It's gotta feel like that for Ray, that I get to be a integrated part of my son's storyline and a lot of his benefit. But they had a match. Phew, Liv Morgan again coming out distracting, and this time it comes in defeat for Dirty Dom. I know she wants to help the man that she loves, and I know you love him so dearly, but Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Like in regards to Dom, AKU, you taking losses over here with the because clearly this is Dominic Mysterio right here.
Nah,
Uh,
I've cut my hair. I've cut my hair. I'm not taking my hat off because my hair's a mess. But I don't have a mullet anymore. I'm not eating chicken tendies either.
oh man, but what do you think about the match just in general? Like, are you? I ask you this: are you tired of Dominic and Ray being integrated in storylines and matches and feuds?
Not for a match on Raw. No, I think to be honest, no. You can put these two against as long as it makes sense. You can put these two against each other as long as you want until a point where Dominic turns face, and I think we're a while away from that. I do think it'll happen. I honestly do. Um, I think it'll be great. I think it's one of them situations like everyone booed Roman and he's gone. Now everyone wants him back. I think if Dom goes away, I think there's potential that people will miss booing him and will want him back. So a face Dom isn't something that I would ever say no to. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Um, and I think, to be honest, what eventually turned Dom face is probably hugging Rey Mysterio in the ring, or Rey Mysterio handing his mask to Dom, or whatever happens when Rey retires, which again don't think is that far away. But they put on a solid match, which is something that it's almost like a way to gauge how much Dominic has improved. Every time these two have a match against each other, it seems to look better. It seems to look more like Dominic is almost leading it rather than he's in the ring with his dad. So yeah, I can't say I'm bored of it yet because it's been a while realistically since Mania 39. So I think it's got a little bit of legs yet, but I don't necessarily, like I said before, I've got a little bit of a feeling that Ray and Zelina and Dom and Liv are heading down this mixed tag route, I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that.
Nah, I definitely I don't want to see that too. And we are gonna give this one last try. So if you are in the comment section, throw your thumbs up, write some good words of encouragement because we got chaos here. Wrong camera. Chaos. No, sir. It is
Ah,
not working, my good brother. I apologize, man. It is all good. Uh, y'all experience a great episode today, man. And yeah, everything that you said, I spot on to it. Um, I'm gonna make a little bit of a pivot, right? Since it's two of us and we have a little bit more time in regards to
mhm,
this, we're gonna talk about both Money in the Bank matches, right? And we're gonna talk about the women's one real quickly because I want to get your thoughts because it has been quite the topic online. Obviously, they alluded to it yesterday on commentary, as well as we've seen it on social media with Dakota Kai's Twitch stream. If y'all on Twitch, follow her, support her, man. She's a, a I love the nerdism because I'm a nerdism. We all play video games and whatnot. But
mhm,
talking about how much it would mean to her to get in as an opportunity as a single star to wrestle on a PLE. And, a lot of the backing was like Dakota's going to get her moment. We had Dakota, we had Zoe Stark, and we had Ivy Nile. Great triple threat match. Distractions again. A lot of distractions last night. Leading to Dakota Kai to take the loss. I gotta. I'm gonna go to you first. What are your thoughts on just Zoe winning and just everything tied? Like, do you think Dakota do you feel like she's not getting her just due or getting the opportunity to be a single star or the star that she could be?
I'm a big Dakota fan as well, man. Not just as a wrestler, as a person. Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you, big nerd. So I kind of love how much she embraces it. But that's by the by. I was hoping she was going to get a shot. I really was, and underutilized, maybe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I probably would say that because I thought we were heading in the right direction. Pre-Mania, when Dakota Kai had kind of become the spokesperson of Damage Control. She was on the mic a lot, and she was some really good heel work, which was quite surprising to me. Not surprising because I just like I said, I think she seems a very lovely person, so I always see her as a face in my head. But the heel work that she was doing was really good, and I kind of, if you'd have spoke to me pre-Mania, I would have said that Bailey's going to win and Dakota Kai and Bailey are going to end up fighting at SummerSlam for the title. But it did not get booked that way. She has kind of just faded into the back, taking losses as a singles competitor, taking losses as a tag team. And I didn't think she was going to win the Money in the Bank, but I thought, why not give her this opportunity to kind of just show what she can do? Because we all know, anybody that knows more than a sort of casual watcher, is what Dakota Kai is capable of, and it's a shame to kind of see her being booked like this. All I can assume is that it's part of a bigger picture, Damage Controller telling a longer story, and she obviously is an integral part of that. But I wanted to see her win, man. And this isn't, I love Zoe Stark, love Ivy Nile. Like exactly what you said, it was a great match. Ivy Nile impresses me every time. She's like a female Chad Gable, man. Like, it's staggering some of the feats of strength you see from her, considering the height of her. But she's unbelievable in the ring every time. So is Zoe. But I feel like Zoe and Shayna are potentially going into some kind of storyline with Sonya Deville. I don't know if you noticed that last night. I
Yeah, I
think
saw it backstage.
yeah,
Yeah.
backstage, Zoe was talking to her and Shayna kind of dragged her away. So I just feel like they've got a direction to go, whereas I just want, maybe it's just me being soft and because I like Dakota and I saw the clip on Twitch as well saying how much she wanted an opportunity. So I was like, oh, just give her one, you know what I mean? But alas, it did not happen that way. So
Nah, for sure. And obviously we got people who and this is no knock on Zoe. She's saying push Zoe, right?
mm,
Here's my thing, and I understand why Zoe is in this match. Zoe Stark has got the same um like the same feel of like Ricochet, where like you're putting her in this match because she's old, reliable, and she's gonna do, great stuff as a high flyer in the ring, look strong, very, very sound bell for bell. But I don't know what the development for her character is as a
mm.
single star compared to Dakota Kai, and maybe they just don't see Dakota Kai winning that. But like to your point, if we're breaking up Damage Control, I think Dakota and Io, seeing how angry and upset Io is with the direction of Damage Control, I feel like her and Io could be told within the Money in the Bank ladder match too. So, but that's neither here
I've
nor
just
there.
thought, with Zoe, could she be in this match for a pop? Because remember, she screwed Trish Stratus over, was the last thing she did, and it's in Canada. And it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if Trish just turns up mid Money in the Bank match just for a pop.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would
Yeah.
love that if they did do that. But I mean, we'll have to see. The glorious Malachi also saying is Zoe's character the dark horse.
Mm.
Um, I mean, she's like it's one of those things. I don't know what needs to be done with her as a character. I just think she needs to get more. They just need to understand who she is as a character more, because they try to put her in ways where she's trying to talk, and it isn't her strongest suit. But I mean, we could talk about Zoe Stark all day. We do got one last topic, and it ties with the main event, which was another Money in the Bank qualifier match, the last spot, and we had Mr. DM Hunk, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov. And man, oh man, this match was a banger of a bout. Like Ben says, hard
Guaranteed.
hitting. Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen. Hard hitting. Those three guys are incredible. And honestly, man, you could have wrote me a slip for any three of those dudes to be in this last spot with Money in the Bank. Ilya just being brand new onto the roster, how amazing he is as an in-ring competitor. Sheamus being the legend that he is. It's crazy to think because I remember when he debuted at WWE, but him being the legend that he is, and then just Drew McIntyre being one of the top guys on the roster. Drew ultimately wins. And man, Money in the Bank has a deep, deep roster of competitors on the men's side. Uh, Jordy, thoughts on the match, and you know, I feel like the elephant in the room is Is CM Punk gonna mess it up for Drew? But just everything. Do you think the right choice was made with Punk? I mean, not Punk, with Drew winning last night.
Uh, yeah, I mean, only those guys know the right choice, but yeah, it's definitely a choice and one that I'm not mad at. I just thought, as I said before, with the triple threat match with Drew, Sheamus, and Ilya being last rather than the women's title match, that something was going to happen. And the only thing that I could think of was that CM Punk was going to come and cost Drew his chance at the actual briefcase rather than, costing him in the match, costing before he gets to the match. But Drew obviously kind of made a comment and said that he's going to leave as the world champion, which means he plans on winning, cashing in, and leaving there as a champion. That's maybe where Punk could get involved. Now, the only thing against that is that I don't see them letting Drew win and then Punk ruining the cash in, because they're not going to be able to sell all the yeet cases then. So I don't see that would be the way they go from a business perspective. But you know what? I'm kind of surprised to see Drew in it, just because he's in. But this, as I said before, this can be said for pretty much everyone in that match. Everyone's got something else going on. Everyone is kind of spinning plates a little bit. Everyone's just kind of, having the cake and eating it too. They're involved in a feud with someone. LA Knight, he's chasing the US title, but he's gonna jump in the Money in the Bank match as well. It's never a good idea, man. They're gonna come down. It's no disqualification, They're gonna come down. They're gonna ruin it for you. Who and how many are gonna come down within this match is gonna be interesting. But I digress. The actual match itself was great. It was very reminiscent of the one we saw at Mania 39, where we just swapped out Gunther for Ilya Dragunov, which you could almost say adds more intensity. I'm not going to say it's better or anything like that, because Gunther's they're very different. But the way that Ilya's explosive, it lends to a match like that, and that can be the only reason why I think they put it on last, because of how highly regarded and highly praised the Mania 39 match with Sheamus, Drew, and Ilya was. The only thing I can think is that they knew that it was going to produce, so they were like, it has to go on the main event. But I don't agree with it. I think it should have been the women's title match. And I kind of feel for Sheamus. He's taking a lot of L's. He's always in great matches, as Sheamus always does be in banger after banger after banger. But doesn't seem to be winning that many of them. Which maybe he's getting to that point in his career where, he's putting people over, because beating Sheamus is no mean feat. So if you can kind of do that on your way to something, it does add quite a bit of momentum to you as a competitor. But I don't want to see him there quite yet. I want to see him win some matches, maybe have a run at the IC title a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think him winning the IC title is something that he hasn't been able to do yet. So in storyline, that does make sense. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. We got a couple comments before we close out the show. Uh, Glorious Malachi saying that Drew is going to win cash and CM Punk is going to mess him over for the cash in. Could possibly happen. Could possibly happen. Quincy White saying, I don't think Punk will be cleared by SummerSlam, but I see him costing the title against Gunther. Hey, man, we got to wait and see, but that's all the time that we have for today. I appreciate you guys rocking with us. Same time tomorrow. We are live every day except for Thursdays, but it will be the same time this week. 8 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock Eastern time, 12 Pacific, 2 o'clock Central time. Keep rocking with us, man. We'll be back tomorrow. And y'all take care, man. Peace.